Hello and welcome. It is Sunday, it is afternoon, and I've got snacks and a cat who wants some gushy food. I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood, and today with me I have Doc Coleman. Say hello to the nice people.
Hello to the nice people.
Yay. Um, Sako may be joining us later, but she had some other obligations, so we will see. We are here to do some productivity sprints if you're new. Um, so
If
let
you
me know
haven't
in the
heard the
comments,
show before,
right? Let me know in the comments below what you are working on today. I'm going to be clearing out my inbox and probably expanding the outline of my. I've already drafted it. I have an urban fantasy and I've outlined what I actually wrote, and I might be expanding that a little more. So, or I might be reading. We'll see. Who knows? Because writers need downtime. Did you know that?
I have heard that. Yes,
I have heard that too. So,
I have. I have also been a, um, a proponent of the theory that work runs on fun. So you can't get work done if you haven't had enough fun, um,
sure.
and that also applies to writing because writing is honestly work.
It really is. It really is. So, popping into the comment, we got wordsmith Sarah. Hello, Sarah, and welcome.
Thanks, Sarah.
Sarah's doing a watch through of her video, even though it's live. She hasn't done the upload watch yet. Yeah, yeah. So, yay, it's already up. I'm very happy. So, yeah. So I mean, I don't think that needs to go on the checklist.
Uh,
Uh, but yeah, soak up my inbox and the outline, and you're working on editing Kindred of Kali. Do you think
yeah.
you're going to get through a chapter today?
I would like to. I am down to the last two chapters. I
Sure.
finished my chapter last week after the stream ended. Um, So I'm expecting things to accelerate a bit
Okay.
now as I'm wrapping things up, but it may work out that way and it may not. But I would really
Sure.
love to be able to get through a whole chapter today.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. So, okay, fingers crossed, and we can only hope for the best. I almost forgot the most important thing to put on any task list.
Catechus is gushy food.
Sorry, that may have been a few too many exclamation marks.
I'm sure
Woo!
Catechus would have disagreed.
I
Um,
mean, sorry, I tried to move it to a
my
different.
groceries are here, so I
Okay.
will be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go straight into the first sprint. So let's go ahead and get started in three, two, one. And Catechus will get his gushy food, and Doc will get his groceries in. So And we're back. How was your trip?
I got my groceries put away,
I'm
and we
fucking
got a
with.
Sako.
I was clearly not paying attention to that chat. So, anyway, carry on.
I got my groceries in. I got them put away. I got snacks delivered.
Ooh.
Yay.
How can you do a
The
snack stream without snacks?
exactly, and it's like the store has been out of the the truffle Chex mix for weeks.
Ooh.
So this time when I was looking for something, I clicked what's similar, and it came up with the Creators. Let me turn this correctly. Creators caramel
Nice.
popcorn, and I've gotten the big bags of this from Costco that where it's mixed with their cheese popcorn. But this
Mhm.
is just the straight caramel stuff.
Okay. I made it through all my inboxes and my Slack notifications, but I did not make it through Discord. I haven't been there in a couple days. So when you have like 27 servers, it gets a lot fast.
You kind of have to pick. I will read these ones. I will read these threads and those ones, and I will say the rest is red.
Indeed. So
I will not fear missing out.
I
did
got
you want to?
home
Yeah.
and finally I left at like noon.
Mm.
Oof.
And uh so I'm doing this like make art every day challenge,
Nice.
which is portrait play is the theme.
Ooh.
So every day this week we're doing like an aspect of the face. So like
Mhm.
day one was the eyes, day two is the nose, day three is the mouth, day four is the ear. You get it. So I'm working on the lips. And once I finish those, I will move on to the ears and then I will put them all on my Substack.
Nice. Okay. Well, let me bounce into the comments that I have been ignoring since, the sprint started. Wait. First, we have to check off the most important thing. Morgan,
Just got a grocery food,
Catechus got his cushy food. So,
and I got my groceries. That made the list, right?
oh, yeah. Let's put that on the list. I'm
Let's add
sorry.
that so we can check it off.
Right, Doc. Put
Hi.
grocery away. So we'll put it at the top, and then
Then we'll check it off, and then we'll drag it to the bottom.
no. It jumps to the bottom.
Oh, it
I
jumps to the bottom.
updated. I changed that setting. So
Ah, cool.
okay.
And I have mandatory cat content. Hello.
Mandatory cat content.
Yep.
Okay, so let's see. Amanda got here just as we went to Sprint. I was starting early because Doc's groceries showed up, and Catechus was very eager for his gushy food.
Insistent times.
Dwan walked in with a sandwich, sat down by Amanda. Devin asked if we usually have some light music. We have off and on. I can if people vote for it. When I go solo, I do, but not always when I'm not. So
We have toyed with light music, but haven't found anything that really sits well and is.
There's nothing that comes with StreamYard that is worth playing.
yeah.
So if you find something, like outside of StreamYard that you really like, you can upload and have it.
Yeah.
As long as it's royalty free.
Yeah, that's the big one. So when I'm solo streaming, I was doing it with Spirit City, and that's totally fine. And
that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't share multiple screens.
That's dicey because some of that is copyright free and some of it is not on Spirit City.
Gotcha.
So beware.
Okay, so let's see. Amanda's like, "Hey, Moon." I think, yeah, sometimes we do. Hello, Sam Liverpool, and welcome. What are you working on today? Let us know in the comments, or you can just hang out. There's no obligation to be productive. There's a reason there's quote marks sometimes, often around productivity. Sako made it and said hi. People said hi to Sako. Okay, let's see. Cora got 454 words done. Snap.
Nice.
Nice.
Devin recently acquired 2 of the few bags of Takis that made it over the pond and wanted to try them. I was doubtful about the Fuego one because lime and chili sounds weird, but it actually works out. Though mighty spicy, they actually managed to invent chips/crisps that cannot be binge eaten.
Nice.
I was not actually a Takis fan. I tried them because one of the crafter streamers I do has a sub series called Will It Crispy, where they make Rice Krispies out of random things.
Oh God.
They've done it with lots of breakfast cereals, etc., etc. But they did it with Takis, and they liked it. They really liked it. But so I was like, I have to go try Takis, and I'm not a huge fan. So
they actually like adding marshmallow fluff to whatever it is?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They're actually right. So they also do a lot of resin and epoxy pour videos.
Okay.
And now they're combining the two. They're making a table or covering a table with resin coated Rice Krispies.
Oh God.
They're working on it. It hasn't debuted yet, but that's Evan and Caitlin. You can check them out. They also do video game streams and stuff like that too.
I can kind of see how the sweetness of the marshmallow fluff would mix well with the spiciness of the Takis and kind of balance out. But
yeah, I'm a huge fan of sweet, spice, and salty combo. I like So I could definitely see it. That might have helped me, but Takis were not. There's things if I'm gonna eat calories, I'd rather enjoy it more. So
yeah.
Amanda hit her weekly goal yesterday, so just plugging away with no goals. That's awesome.
Yay!
Raven made it. Hello. Raven is lurking after emptying his clip at D&D, being a very drunken half-orc priest of Ilmata. Oh. And Devin says, I can for sure, 5 sure, make some recommendations. I shared my secret list of YouTube links with another streamer, Nerdarine, if familiar, and he's been using them ever since. That's awesome. I don't know how to share the music if I'm also sharing this Pomodoro timer. Yeah. So, but like when we hit July and I have to get off StreamYard because I am not shelling out the money they want for it, it might be an option. I don't know what the capabilities of probably Streamlab, but I'm not 100% sure where I'm going after this. So I do have a calendar note for late June saying switch off of StreamYard before they auto redo because they doubled the cost, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. It is ludicrous.
Absolutely ludicrous. So, oh, big yawn. Sorry, I did say it was a big one. So, did y'all have a good week? Long week?
Yeah.
Better week than last week.
It was a
better week than last week.
Yeah. So I struggled through work for the week, did a bunch of medical things on Friday, got shot in both arms because I got a COVID booster and I got shingles vaccine, the first shot of the shingles vaccine.
Oh, I heard that is vicious.
Yeah, I hear it makes you feel like crap.
When it first went in, it didn't hurt so much. On Saturday, I was kind of dragging because I sleep on my side. So having been shot in each arm, no matter which side I laid on, it hurt.
Aw,
Oh,
but I went out and did some shopping because my pants have been getting rather baggy,
gotcha.
and I ended up getting some new jeans and some new slacks, and my waist size has gone down 4 inches.
Oh,
hey,
wow.
all right.
Wow.
I am smaller than I have been, and I now have pants that fit properly and look better.
Yay, I'm so
Yeah.
glad. I'm so glad. So, popping back to the comments, Devin says, "I bloody wish I could afford Papyrus Author, but even with the student discount, it's prohibitively expensive." So I did a quick
It is.
Google to see what it was because I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know.
Because if
Uh,
it's the papyrus font, you're in trouble. No.
so it looks like it formats stuff for publication and stuff like that. But also has like extra files and stuff, so it looks like a cross between prep for printing and Scrivener with like,
Oh,
the side things. So,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a page layout program, a pre-publication page layout program.
it looks like it goes from brainstorming to publication.
Okay, it's compet. Devin says it's competitor to Scrivener. Okay.
Yeah, and has style analysis and repetitive word and sentence length scans. Yeah. I mean, I mostly go to like Hemingway app, the free like website version, and just paste in a chapter at a time and call it a day. So, hello. Oh, we
Hi,
have dreamy street.
Felicia.
Oh, yes, catechist. Oh yeah, Hemingway is English only. So, SOL. I'm sorry. It's frustrating.
Also, does Hemingway sell your content to AI?
I think that's like if you use the application, not just the website browser where it scans it for 10 seconds and then, but I could be
Oh,
wrong.
okay.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Ugh. I will Google that. Does Hemingway app store data? It does not store data. Does it
Okay.
sell data? It
Does
does
it
not
use it?
sell users' data.
Does it use it to program an AI?
The app explicitly states that it will not sell data, use it for advertising, or allow it to be used to train AI.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
so yeah, this is what we've come to in 2025.
Yep.
Yes, catechist. If my camera is moving, that's because catechist is rubbing his face on it. So,
Oh, grammar and spelling issues requires Editor Plus.
oh yeah, but I mean, um, any any word processor is going to have spelling and grammar check built
Yeah.
in. So I usually do it in
Mm-hmm.
Google Docs and then bring it over. So
But it has AI tools in it with the Editor Plus.
yeah, the paid version,
That's
but I use the
spooky.
cheap stuff. So they're not touching
Yeah.
any of my stuff.
Yeah. I was just. Uh, uh, it sounded like he's using it for layout type stuff, and like that's not really Scrivener. That's more things like Cabela
Vellum.
for
Yeah,
doing layouts. But
yeah. So and I just double checked on Google AI or Google Docs because I've heard competing stories, and currently you can opt out of the training. But the only stuff it uses was when you're using the document AI service or when you're putting it in.
Okay.
So Allegedly. It's
Yeah.
Google. I don't trust them anymore, but allegedly. So, anyway, the timer went off, so we should probably
Nope.
do it.
Yeah, yeah. Let's get back into it.
Okay,
Okay.
get started in 3, 2, 1.
Boom chaka.
And we're back. How was your sprint?
Ears are hard.
Ears are hard.
Sure.
Ears are hard. Anatomically correct ears are hard.
I tried never to draw side on ears, just for front on ears.
I use as few lines as possible, so
Sure.
I'm trying to figure out like what is the way to use as few lines as possible and be more anatomically correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's hard.
So, Doc?
Let's see. How far have I got? Well, I think I've got maybe a third into this chapter, so that's pretty good. And of course, I opened up my my caramel corn, and it is delicious.
I mean,
As well, it should be.
As
if
well
it's
it should.
not, yeah.
If
So,
it's not, you should get a refund.
right? So,
And
uh,
I actually came across a comment from my editor, which said she loved what I was doing in this section. It's like
that's a first.
after all the comments where it's like I've been, have you met people to actually get one that's like, oh, I get what you're doing here and I love it.
Oh my goodness. So I got through all my Discord servers, and then my dad chatted me and was like, "Hey, so you didn't show up to my barbecue yesterday?" I was like, "I got the email invite last Sunday."
Yeah.
So and I was out of town last week, and I had stuff to do at my house, and yeah.
Mhm.
Apparently he'd mentioned it to his sci-fi club like a month or two ago, but like I had 6 days, and I was just like, no. I need to be home.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I did half an hour of gardening and 45 minutes of picking up my house, and I hurt today because apparently I have not been bending over and standing up and bending over and standing up for an hour and a half in a while.
So were his comments more on the matter of uh, uh, that he was disappointed that you couldn't make it, or
Yeah. He was like, "Oh, are you going to make it?" And I was like, "Well, I did give directions and got some updates from a mutual friend of ours who did go." So, anyway, uh, Eva made it. Hello and
Hi,
welcome.
Eva.
Oh my god, I clicked it and the whole thing jumped. Okay, hi. So, and Devin says that his weekly chapter has officially been published.
ta-da.
Boop. Checked off. Very nice. Okay. Cora is at 377 words this sprint and is afraid right now to touch the video editing program. Are these new words? I thought you were editing. I mean, I know words get added during editing, so just trying to clarify.
For those of us who underwrite, yeah, it's
Yeah.
usually adding.
Oh, yeah. So, Dwan said, how much notice do I need for a barbecue invite? It depends how far away it is and who's going.
Yeah.
So, to get to my dad's, it's somewhere between 45 minutes and 2 hours, depending on traffic.
Traffic today was. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It was
And
yesterday.
Friday was a nightmare.
So that's a minimum 2 hour investment plus time actually spent at the barbecue out of your day that you've got to account for, and everything else that you've got to get done. So
Yeah. It just
Something's gotta give.
something's got to
Yeah.
give.
and if I wasn't going to be seeing him in 3 weeks, I probably would have squeezed it in, but I will be seeing him at Balticon.
At
So
Balticon,
yeah, if I wasn't going to see him so soon, I would have made it. But so that's the other factors, like how long has it been since I've seen you? So are you going to subject me to board gaming? No, Dad won't. And actually, I went with a roommate and we hit Crossroads, which is a local board
Oh
gaming
yeah.
restaurant. So
I was going to say board gaming is usually fun.
It is
What game you're
subjective.
playing and what the person you're playing with plays a little bit.
I enjoy the occasional board game. I enjoy board games that are not attacky. I don't like feeling like I'm losing for an excessive amount of time. And I prefer things that can be explained and set up in under 20 minutes and that the play time is less than 90 minutes.
Okay.
So
I like my games not crunchy.
I'm very picky about what games I like, and my friends are very much the "ooh, here's a new shiny" rather than replaying games. So when they have board game days, I have a rule of I will not learn more than one game per board gaming get together, and yeah, it
Yeah.
took me, I think, the first 3 years of the pandemic to, like, be like, "Okay, maybe I'd be interested in another board game," because my friends love them
It
excessively.
is one thing if you're the only person who is new to the game and everyone else is helping you. And another thing when there's one person who has read the rules, didn't quite understand them, and that person is trying to teach everyone how to play the game at the same time because they're so excited about it.
Yeah. I also don't like games that take an hour to set up and explain.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when I'm at a board gaming day, it's a lot of people.
Mhm.
And if I'm sucked into a game that's more than 2 hours, I'm not going to get a chance to talk with 60% of the people who are there because they'll be trapped in the one spot for too long. So
Mhm.
my ADHD wants me to go talk to all the people and do all the things. It doesn't want me stuck in one spot doing one thing. But the board game we played last night was actually a cross between a pre-written D&D campaign and a choose your own adventure book.
Ooh.
It was we were stuffed animals and we were protecting our little girl who just graduated from the crib to a big girl bed. Something fables, stuffed fables, maybe.
Don't know. Not familiar with that one.
Yes, stuffed fables.
Okay.
So it was adorable. It was on the longer side. The explanation was a little long, but like it's literally a storybook, and it's like when this thing happens, you go to this section, and then you flip to that page, and yeah. So it was super cute. It was adorable, and we rescued her red blanket from the Crowleys that are like spidery looking things with doll heads, right? That stole them away to another world beneath the bed.
Okay.
And we made it back. So it's successful. So popping back to the comments, Devin says, I will soon have exhausted my pre-written characters, and that scares me because I should be writing a lot more than I am right now, which is currently 0 words per
week.
Week.
Week. Okay, there we go. Thank you.
So it's a good thing that you're here on a productivity stream where we've got at least one more sprint to go.
Yeah. Dwan acknowledges he's more than 45 minutes away. Yes, but I see you annually, not like, my dad is much closer. So Amanda said, what if there's brisket? There may have been brisket. I don't know. Cora is still writing and catching up from a week of being in chronic pain.
Ooh.
The editing was supposed to be video editing, but last time she touched that, the front half of the computer fried.
Graphics card going up in smoke?
Yeah, what front half could be the graphics card, it could be the motherboard, it could be the processor, it could be the cooling system, depending on how your computer is laid out.
Oh, that's true. It depends on the case.
Yeah. So Dwana and Amanda agree that brisket is a major factor, but it does depend who's making it.
Yep.
Amanda has a buddy that makes amazing brisket. Duly noted. So I got used to Busch Gardens brisket, which is actually done in the smokehouse the night before. So for those who are not regional to Virginia, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, Virginia, is based on like the old country, and each section is like a different. Oh, okay. I'll make it fast though. Is based on a different place in Europe, except for one section, which is New France, which is basically Canada. And so they've got the smokehouse there, and they've got the log flume and stuff like that. So it's actually pretty good brisket. Like I consider the other local theme parks, concrete and rides. And Busch Gardens is shows, entertainment, food, variety, and rides, but fewer. So, like, if you want more atmosphere and things to do besides just coasters, Busch Gardens where it's at. Otherwise, no. So.
Yeah, my mom is a fan of Busch Gardens because, like, the walking around, there's a lot of cool stuff to do.
Oh yeah,
for definitely. People who don't ride rides.
Yeah. A lot of locals. I consider Williamsburg, Virginia, the retirement capital of Virginia. There are a lot of people who get like seasons passes and just go like in the afternoon, during especially fall and spring before it gets really busy on weekdays, and just do their walks in the park.
Yeah.
And get some dinner and then go home. Like a lot of the locals do that. So okay, let me pop back into the comments. Cora says 2 days before May, and the goal was 50,000, but I made it to 48K. Nice when the pain started, and is now at 49,529 words.
Oh my gosh, so
the
close.
The end is nigh. The end is nigh.
So close.
So, and Cora said it was the kid that fried the computer. Kids are sometimes more talented than we'd like. So. Dwan is amused by the fact that Canada is New France.
And I'm wondering, it's like, did that just open this year?
Right? New France? No, it's been around forever. So
yeah.
But yeah, Amanda said stuffed fable sounds adorable. It was. I think the first adventure took us maybe 2 hours. But that was us. None of us knew any of the mechanics.
Learning the mechanics as you do them.
And the fact we were at a restaurant, like, yes, it's for gaming, but the people behind us were super loud. So I'm trying to explain the rules none of us have done before, and like they're so loud. So yeah. The smokehouse at Busch Gardens is really good. So, not the only one who thinks so.
It's been a long time since I've been to Busch Gardens.
Same here.
What I remember most of those trips is going down there and finding out I'm the only one who was willing to ride roller coasters. It's like, really? Why did we bother to come to an amusement park?
I didn't even go on coasters until I worked there for 4 summers, until halfway through my first summer, because we'd gotten off and I was hanging out with some friends, and they wanted to go on Alpengeist, which does some loops and stuff like that. And I went through the line with them, and then I walked straight across, and there may have been a tussle. I may have kicked my friend in the head. So it was just walk up. Like, there was no line. So after they got off, as like penance, I went ahead and rode it. And that's when I learned I will take a loop any day over a drop, because centrifugal force keeps your stomach in place, where drops leave it behind.
Yeah.
So I still have a ritual of going oblique, 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 all the way up that first hill. I mean, like, why am I doing this? But if you keep your head back so it doesn't like get rattled around, and breathe slow and calmly, you do okay.
Yeah.
The smoothest ride is probably going to be in the second or third row. The front, you've got the wind buffering you, and the further back you get, the more whiplash you get, because it just gets wigglier. But yeah.
So there are certain roller coasters where you want to sit in the back. And there are certain roller coasters where you want to sit like behind the people in the front.
Yeah. So I worked at Busch Gardens for 4 summers, and I ended up actually operating Alpengeist for 2 years. So yeah, and I was loaned over to Log Flume a lot one summer, because someone won a Darwin Award,
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
and the type in which you can no longer have children, not the type in which you are no longer with us.
Okay.
Those are runners up.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So it was a teen who got stopped at every single station where people were observing you and saying, no, sit down, stop rocking the boat, right? So at the top of lift, just before the drop, got
Mhm.
stopped again. Lift went through. They stood up, got caught on the release halfway down. Freaked out most of the staff, and like half of them refused to be at the top of lift for the rest of the summer. So I got loaned over because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah. Amanda said I spent the entire first Hill and Terror 2 and I enjoyed them so much with the dread and regret listening to those clicks. Yes, 100%. 100%. So yeah, I think the last time I went on a coaster was like a decade ago, just before my ex and I split. So
When
because
was
we
the last time I rode? I think 2010 was the last time I was on a roller coaster.
okay. I think it was
It
like
might have
12.
been it. It might have been Orlando.
Okay. Because I went down for the Busch Gardens was open for Christmas
Oh, that's got to be awesome.
for a Christmas market, and the swings, instead of being like swings or whatever, take you up and then rotate so you can not the swings, but one of the big droppy
Carnival
ones.
rides.
Okay.
Yeah,
Took you up so you can see all the lights and stuff they did and things like that. So
yeah.
and I finally rode Big Bad Wolf's replacement. So
Oh, it was taken down?
yeah, 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 yeah. It's Hansel and Gretel themed now. So
Neat.
it's still German fairy tale because it's in the
Yeah.
Germany section of the park. But yeah.
The I remember when the Big Bad Wolf opened.
I remember when they used to have to hit the bag that went over the joints to see how many of the bolts had come off to see if they needed to call maintenance to tighten them back up.
Oh shit.
Um, it, no, that's actually Nessie. But they would check,
Oh.
yeah, because Nessie's just old and rattles. Um,
Mhm.
but I hear legend has it, I'm pretty sure it's true, that Big Bad Wolf is why whenever a roller coaster is about to restart, you can hear across the parking lot, ding, ding, the ride is about to resume.
Oh God.
Super loud because back in the 80s, there was a guy doing maintenance on the Big Bad Wolf and he hadn't cleared the area and they hadn't accounted for all the mechanics and they ran the coaster empty and he was standing in just the wrong spot. And so
Oh
now,
no.
okay, I'm sorry, Devin. I'm sorry, Devin. Less
More
talking, more
sprinting.
sprinting. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Devin, we are your obedient servant.
Sprint like the wind.
And we're back. How was your sprint?
I smoked a cigarette
I
and
caught,
talked with my husband.
I caught up on webcomics and cleared out most of my RSS feed leaks.
I am at least 3/4 or more done with this chapter. I think I
Nice.
finished this chapter today.
I finished drinking a cup of water.
I would love some water.
So, yeah.
I also need hydration.
Yes, hydration good. Okay, popping to the comments. White Seer Gaming popped by. Hello and welcome. Devin let me know that I forgot to actually start the clock.
Oops.
It was only like a minute and a half, but the clocking began. So, Devin, right? Devin has written nearly a whole page on his 21st chapter, ignoring both chapter zeros. I hear that. I've been there. So, Amanda says I ended up getting distracted and picking out the gravel for my driveway. Oh, nice. It's a thing that needed to be done. That counts as productivity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so your gaming asked if we had a Discord. Sako and I both do. Let me pop that in here.
I will be honest, I have not created this Discord because it's kind of like, who's going to come?
I do mine's not super active, but if you join, maybe it'll be super active. Could happen. So yeah, sometimes I do sprints on there. I share memes, occasionally give status updates if I have any, and there's some people in there. Saku's is way more active, but that's because she does coffee
like voice chat. Yeah.
So Cora got 419 words and made it past 50K this month. Yay!
500.
Well,
it's 400. But
I'm sorry, 519 and made it past 50K. Now to finish the story in about 10K or somewhere between 10K and 15K words. Good luck. Yay.
Way to go.
So there's my shameless link promo. It's also my link tree. You can join from there too. But yeah, you better be able to. If not, let me know. But yeah, there's the invite for the. So, I did do a thing on my link tree where if you join the Discord from there, there's only 10 invites attached to it, so I can't get spammed if like a bot finds it. So if it ever runs out, occasionally I just go update it. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I caught up on my webcomics. I don't know really where that is on the grand scheme of things. So, Cora's got to bounce and get the teller.
Okay,
bye. I'm going to go ahead and mark off your productivity.
Yep.
Nicely done. And Sarah already did the cleaning. Dwan thinks Sako's Discord is a fun place. So, did you want me to link drop for you?
Sure.
Invite people. Copy. Yeah. So, and there's Sako's.
And there is a Sako's flip side. We have writers and witches and artists and gamers. So, and we chat and voice chat. Like, if you are there in voice chat for more than a week, I will make you a regular, and that way I can tag just the people who are super active when I'm feeling lonely.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting fussed at for yawning. I actually don't drink coffee, but I do drink like Sunkist, so
which has caffeine in it.
But it's after 6. not really drinking after today. But it's only 6 here. I think it's midnight out your way. Um, you're probably headed to bed soon. Anyway, yeah. Can't
Yeah,
talk about yawning.
so some it kind of like comes and goes.
Weird.
You sound clear right now, but every once in a while it gets swallowed by some kind of extraneous, or you're speaking too low for the
I don't think that would happen.
noise canceling picking you up.
Like that almost makes me think about like when I stream music from my phone and it stops playing for a second, but it's because it's giving a notification, but the notification is muted, so you don't actually hear the notification, but it like dips down for a second. I
Yeah,
don't I don't but I don't know why that would be happening on the computer. So,
I don't know.
so I mean, when I was yawning, my hand was there. But, so, yeah. Well, we have 15 minutes until the end of the stream. Do we want to do a short sprint? Do we want to just chat? What are we feeling?
What are we feeling? A 10-minute sprint sounds great.
Okay, I'm in
I'm
for
good
it.
with that.
Okay, let me just pause, start, skip ahead. There we go. Uh, settings and let's go ahead and get started. And this time I'm going to hit the start button in 3, 2, 1, start. Look at the numbers going down. And we're back.
I finished my chapter.
Yay!
Nicely done.
Got down to it with this emotional scene where I'm reading through it again and I'm having to hold back the tears, that I'm doing real good tear jerking, and I finally got to my last sentence and I've got an editor comment that says chapter ending needs work. It's like, really?
Define work. What the heck? Oh my gosh.
You
No,
just
that's the
can't
best
win.
moment though, right? Like when you move yourself,
Yes.
Yeah.
that's the best feeling.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
And it's like I am choosing to say this is one of the comments in class 3, the ones where you just say no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mostly
Definitely.
because it's like needs work. What kind of work? What are we talking about here?
What kind of work?
How was yours, Sako?
I spent it basically catching up on Discord.
Yes, I've been there. So, I spent it adding 2 new badges to the whole uh to my ADHD badges on my shop. So I made 2 more and then I uploaded them, and then I realized that they were making magnets for some of the stuff I have light text on, and they're always white background, but I have those in light text and dark text, so I got rid of those. So I had to sort that out. But yeah, my 2 latest ADHD badges are turned a random object into a fidget and jumped topics 3 times in 5 minutes without signaling.
Whoa.
Okay.
What?
I
Jumping
was
3 times in 5 minutes? That's impressive.
that.
I mean, I've had some wild conversations where I'm very like, oh, but wait, I'll come back to that. But first, so popping into the comments, Devin's bestie has her birthday coming up soon, and she went through a lot, and he got her a printed shirt with the text, I survived it all, and all I got is this stupid t-shirt. And because he's evil, he put the text slightly tilted. You know, I keep a level app on my phone.
That is evil. Yes.
So
Okay.
Devin is a monster, clearly. Hello, Lobtobe swung by. We were doing some productivity sprints, so we're getting ready to finish up. But thank you for swinging by. We do them every Sunday from 4:30 to 6:30 Eastern time here in the States. So Devin says, Sako Tumi, wearer of hats. I smell lies. I see no hat. Oh,
You have been
burn.
owned, sir. Owned you have been.
Just because you're a wearer of hats doesn't mean you have to actively be wearing them when wearing a headset. You know, it's a struggle. So Devin just brought his teenaged, damaged protagonist into a serene 6 a.m. playground, and I'm just about to see what they're going to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And snaps for how fast Sucker was with that hat, right?
I'm staring right at it.
Devin's like, that's only one. We're the rest. Because Devin is a punk.
Because they are being obtuse. So, wearer of hats, doer of things. I do a lot of things. I wear a lot of hats.
Because you're a writer and an artist and a GM and a dancer and a witch and a friend and a reader and a person who likes naps and a cat mama and a devourer of snacks.
Indeed.
So
and the going through the tour of all of Sako's hats is a different stream entirely. It would take much more time than we
Yeah,
have left.
yeah. Oh, speaking of devourer of snacks, I'm on several Patreons, and one of the writers I follow posted a picture of her snackle box with all her snacks in it. So I was very much amused. I'm like, I go by snack fueled writer. So like,
Yep.
yeah. Anyway,
You need a
I'm like,
snackle box. Yeah.
I mean,
Snackle box
no.
with all the pre-made charcuterie in it.
A snackle box, her snackle box was like a taster of different snacks, and I like to like have more than like 10 M&Ms,
Oh, I see.
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, we are at time. Let's tell people who we are, where they can find us, and peace out.
All
Oh, wait,
right.
2 seconds. Amanda said I bought snacks today and thought to myself, Morgan would be so proud. I had Gorditos just before the stream, and some Chex Mix. So like I was up in that sodium count before the stream.
Yeah. Howdy, neighbors. I'm Sako Tumi, also known as Cass Voit. I write horror and I wear a lot of hats. I do a lot of things. Let's see. If you want to make contact or hire me or whatever you want to do, you can just pop into Google Sako Tumi or Cass Voit or Psycho Sako, and you will find all my stuff. So you can contact me that way, and you should drop a line sometime. I would love to hear from you.
Yay.
And I am Doc Coleman. I write steampunk comedy adventure. If you're interested in finding out more about me or my writing, just go to your favorite search engine and search for Doc Coleman Steampunk, and that will help you find my website at doccoleman.com. It'll also help you find my Amazon author page, where you can see samples of everything that I've got published, and you can follow and see when the new things come out. And of course, if you're going to be at Balticon on Memorial Day weekend, you'll be able to see me. You'll be able to see Morgan on panels. Sako, I believe you'll be there too.
I will be there too, taking
You'll
photos.
come and see the whole gang.
Yeah.
And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I have blogged, vlogged, and podcasted, writing tips from the pros, and of course, my writerly musings. I dabbled in blogging again like a week or two ago. Right, but I have 10 years worth of content out there. You can find it at morganhazelwood.com or youtube.com/morganhazelwood. And the podcast is coming back. I finally re-recorded that romance episode with the horrible audio.
Yay!
So I just need a chance for my sound editor to get those uploaded, and we should be good to go. But he's been distracted because my sister got a couple job offers, but some are like 3 months out. So like,
Oh,
and yeah, one is 3 months out, but perfect because it's work from home. One is less money, but it starts immediately, but is in the office full time. And another one was part time. So like, there's how long can I wait? And some of them are like, we have it right now, and some are like, we're waiting and we expect to get the contract, but we don't have it yet. Anyway, long story short, my sound editor is distracted with his wife, i.e. my sister. And you can check out my Red Bubble shop, which is Writerly Musings. All my links are on linktree.com/Morgan Hazelwood, because I'm everywhere as Morgan Hazelwood except Twitter, where I have reserved my name and deleted all my tweets. So thank you all for coming. Have a wonderful week, and wherever you go, eat snacks. Catch you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.